Dekhanto, we have set ourselves a target of undertaking 3 lakh households under the Pradhan Mantri Surya Ghar Yojana, and by end of March this year, we should be able to achieve almost 1.5 lakh households. 3 lakh households would be covered by 2027. So we are in line with what targets have been given to us by the Government of India as of now. Any other questions?
Hello. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
Akshay Saw here, State Correspondent, Asian Age and Deccan Chronicle. As you mentioned that Puri and Konark is the confluence of different energy sources like tidal, we have tidal wave, we have wind energy and all that. As my friend asked that Odisha government as well as Government of India, they're focusing more on solar energy sources. So do you have any plan to exploit the wind energy as well as the tidal energy in Odisha? Because we have got a long coastline of 480 kilometers and we have very often seashore. So do you have any kind of that plan that you'll be exploring at this summit?
We are going to be exploring not only just tidal energy, as you mentioned rightly, that we have a long coastline. We are also exploring wind energy. And I also mentioned that because the rich rare earth minerals which are available on the entire coastline of Orissa, you know that Indian rare earth is situated at Gopalpur. Similarly, the rare earth minerals, through that we have a lot of ilmenite, lignite, thorium, and what do you call it? Rare earth minerals, which can also generate power for us. And apart from the coal, we already have coal deposits, which the Honorable Prime Minister has been talking about, that coal-bearing states should go for more thermal power. So, with all that, Orissa is going to be one of the leaders as far as the energy sector is concerned. We are already surplus in our power. We are the leader. Tata Power is now being asked to replicate what they have done in Orissa, in Uttar Pradesh and other states. They have been invited, and I'm sure after the manthan that takes place over the next 2 days in Puri, a lot of other solutions would come out from the discussions there.
Can I ask one more question? Yeah. My question is to Mr. Pierre Noel. While exploring the renewable energy sources, we cannot overlook the coal reserve that we have in Odisha. But using coal has always been a matter of debate. So, do you have any plan that we can use this coal resource without polluting our environment? Have we developed any kind of, or have we gone for any innovation so that we can use coal without polluting, without causing much harm to the environment?
It's a question that is relevant to several key countries in the world where renewables are growing fast, but there's a very significant legacy of reliable electricity generation with coal and local, in many cases, local coal production. So the first thing to say is that under no realistic scenario is coal going to shrink rapidly. It's been growing, perhaps less fast than it would have done without renewables, but it's still been growing, and it will plateau, and perhaps it will go into a decline trajectory, but not a fast one. The second thing to say is that an electricity system with a lot of renewables is an electricity system that needs, apart from renewables, very flexible thermal generation sources. And therefore, coal plants in India and everywhere in the world are being made more flexible. There are regulations in India, which are more than 5 years old now, that mandate a growing degree of flexibility on coal plants so that they can coexist better with a renewable-heavy system. So that's the second thing. And the third element I want to mention is the large amount of research and development that is going on in the world about carbon capture and storage, which, if eventually can be deployed at commercially acceptable costs, will allow coal to continue to play a significant role in a low-carbon future. So these are the three elements I wanted to answer to your very good question.
Are there any other questions?
Sir, hello. Sir. Sir, this is
Generally, a summit concludes with a declaration. And since this novel is the first time that we are going ahead with this kind of a lead, so there would be, I think, perhaps a declaration, a Puri declaration for the next, when you pass on the baton to the next state, you go with this declaration there. Will there be a such?
Yes, Ravi, there is going to be a Puri declaration after the summit deliberations take place, and whatever is the outcome of the deliberations would find place in the declaration.
These sessions, some of them are closed-door sessions and all that. So to keep track of what is going on, the media would certainly like to have some kind of either a briefing or a note on what each session has come up with.
Yeah, we will be giving you that briefing. Somebody from the department would provide that briefing to you and the notes.
And the last thing would be, I would like to know a little about what community practices in in African states and Latin American states that have been already done, and perhaps is one of the points that I was going to figure in the sessions.
That Vivek, would you like to answer that?
Sure. So Vivek Agarwal is the country head of India for Tony Blair Institute for Global Change. He'll answer that.
Thank you so much, sir, for your question. So I'll just take one example of a community of practice of education ministers that has been created in Latin America. So a lot of the Latin American countries have gotten together where education ministers meet almost every 6 months to exchange lessons on what is working, to also discuss potential pitfalls that they are noticing in their different policy engagements across different countries. These meetings also tend to happen in neutral locations. As you can imagine, there's a lot of contest about where such a meeting should happen. So they've happened in Washington, D.C., they've happened in London, they've also happened in Spain. So for the last 4 years, such a community of practice has been championed with Latin American ministers. There are a few other examples. The Institute, Tony Blair Institute, has also been involved in creating in Africa and other places. There are other organizations which have done so in Europe as well. However, this is one of the first experiments with communities of practice at a leadership level, at a ministerial level, with all credit to the Deputy Chief Minister for his vision that is being practiced, or which is being championed in Southern Asia.
Sir, this is Kailash Mangaraj from Sakal newspaper. My question is in green energy transition. Odisha faces infrastructure and cost hurdles. In a recent ASSOCHAM report says this. In green energy transition, Odisha faces infrastructure and cost hurdle.
I don't think Odisha faces any hurdle in green energy transformation. We are just heading towards that, and when you head towards something new, there is going to be challenges. You will have to counter those challenges and move ahead, because something which has not been tried, how can you start looking at it negatively from the very beginning. You have to go with a positive attitude. The vision of the Honorable Prime Minister, who is trying to go towards zero carbon footprint. Now, for zero carbon footprint, you have to, unless you start experimenting and doing something, you will not be able to move ahead. So let us look at it positively and move positively with an open mind and not a closed mind from the very beginning. Thank you. Thank you.
We'll request all friends from the media to kindly join us for lunch downstairs. We have a vote of thanks by MD Gridco. Kindly bear with us for a minute.
I request everyone to kindly be seated. We'll just need 5 more minutes. Everyone, please be kindly seated. There's a vote of thanks. There's a vote of thanks. Please be kindly
Thank
seated.
you for settling down again. Good afternoon,
There's a vote
everybody.
of thanks, please.
Honorable Deputy Chief Minister Sri Kanakvardan Singh sir, respected Principal Secretary Sri Vishal Kumar Dev sir, Mr. Perry Noel, Senior Advisor, Tony Blair Institute, Mr. Devidat Tripathi, Financial Advisor, Energy Department, members of the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks at this curtain raiser of Global Energy Leaders Summit 2025. At the outset, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, sir, for his inspiring address. Sir, your visionary leadership, clear articulation on Odisha's energy vision, and unwavering commitment to the reforms gives us great confidence as we move into a new era of growth and innovation. I also convey my sincere thanks to Sri Vishal Kumar Dev sir, Principal Secretary Energy, for providing a comprehensive and forward-looking overview of GLs. Sir, your leadership continues to shape the state's energy roadmap with clarity and purpose. A special word of thanks to Mr. Perry Noel for sharing rich global practices. His insights remind us that Odisha's energy transition is part of a broader global movement where collective learning and international cooperation are actually indispensable. Mr. Noel actually mentioned about the fact that Odisha is the first state to have a comprehensive climate change action plan. Let me also mention here that Odisha is also the first state to bring out a climate budget. First state to bring out that. I would also like to thank our media colleagues for their active engagement. Your thoughtful understanding and questions and responsible reporting help strengthen public understanding and create wider awareness of the state's vision. To the dedicated organizing team across the Energy Department and all partner institutions, they have been working hard to make it a real success. Ladies and gentlemen, today's curtain raiser is more than a formal beginning. It signals Odisha's readiness to take bold steps in shaping a sustainable, secure, and future-ready energy ecosystem. Collaboration and commitment from all stakeholders will be crucial as we move forward. On behalf of Energy Department, I thank each one of you for your presence, participation, and encouragement. We look forward to welcoming you again at the Global Energy Leaders Summit with renewed enthusiasm. Thank you all.
Requesting all media guests to please proceed for lunch.